What's the most fun you've ever had at a movie watching a really bad movie in the theater? Because for me, it's M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender. I had so much fun watching that abomination of
I
a
think
film.
mine was the Stephen King movie, It.
It
And-
Chapter
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, and the other
Great
one was
movies.
fun because of how awkwardly weird it was. Doctor Sleep,
Oh yeah, that movie was just way too fucking long.
way too long. If they would have cut that down by 45 minutes, I
Yeah,
would have been
but
like, I would have walked away going,
it was
"Okay."
hard for me to be intimidated by an attractive woman wearing a top hat.
Yeah, they showed her too much.
The
Wow.
best
She
movie.
got owned throughout the whole movie.
The whole movie, she was never intimidated.
Hands
It's
down,
'cause-
my favorite movie I've ever watched that was horrible and had a blast was freaking Jupiter Ascending.
Oh yes, I love that movie.
So like, what had happened is like I knew it was gonna be bad, so I didn't want to watch it. But I thought it was gonna be just a regular kind of bad. But then I started just reading online how bad it was,
Yeah.
and so I was like the last day it was in theaters. I went and caught it with me and my cousin.
Can we talk about this for a second?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so not only was this movie directed by the people that made the Matrix, but like, what the hell happened to them? So they made one of the greatest films ever made, The Matrix. They also made V for Vendetta, but literally
Yes.
everything that they've made has been dog shit other than those two movies.
That's why they're redoing the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not redoing
Dude,
it.
like,
It's continuing.
Was there what's her
Same
name? Mila
thing.
Mila Djokovic?
No, the girl from
Mila
Jupiter
Kunis?
Ascending. Mila Kunis.
Oh, Mila
Yeah.
Kunis, yeah.
Dude, like, okay, like, I usually kind
I
of
like
like
her.
her, but it was just
Well, it was that script. dude.
yeah.
Like,
and,
there's
and
nothing
the,
you could do with
the
that.
villain, who's also the guy in.
Yes, and that's what I'm going to talk about in a second.
yeah.
His acting in that movie was amazing.
It was so funny, man.
Oh,
like
Eddie Redmayne, Oscar-winning Eddie Redmayne.
in that movie.
So the way he this villain acts in this movie, so he's basically like a really flamboyant, like angry. I don't know what the hell he was trying to go for, but so he would whisper for most of the movie like an Asmar character, like an Asmar video. So he's like, "I want all of the princesses to die," and then he'd go back to, and then like every now and then he'd just start yelling like an angry walrus having a seizure, and then he'd go back to being Asmar, NPR lady,
and dude, freaking
Amazing.
Oscar or Eddie?
Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne.
Okay. Did you say Oscar Redmayne?
No, I don't.
But he's also okay, like
winning.
so you have him in that movie and again,
Winning.
but you also have him in Les Mis singing "Empty Chairs and Empty Tables,"
Which is the best.
you know,
Best song in that whole movie.
Still haven't seen it.
And then he goes off.
Master of the house, keeper of the inn.
Who sang that in this one?
That was Borat.
And
Oh, that's right.
and the chick, what's her face? She's in
yeah, what's
every,
her
she's
face?
in all the Harry Potter things, the Tim Burton things. You know, I always forget her name.
Helena
Bonham
Bonham
Carter?
Carter.
Yeah.
Yes,
She was the chick in Fight Club.
yes, she was.
Best songs in that movie is that one, the side chick song where she's walking in the rain, and then
Where is My Mind by the Pixies?
Well, have you gone for Jean Valjean or whatever it is?
Which movie
is that one
I
the
need to go.
Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Which is
movie?
like one of my
Les
favorite bad
Mis, Les Miserables.
performances I've ever seen.
Never saw that.
Don't you tell me. That's all he does, and I love it.
The only musicals I ever seen was Little Shop of Horrors.
Bro.
That was it.
Bro.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Bro,
The only one
bro.
I ever
You
seen.
never
Speaking
seen
of
Sweeney
musicals,
or anything
though,
like that?
Like the new Cats is one of my favorite
I
films.
wanna watch it
Oh,
so
man,
bad.
Specifically, Taylor Swift's part in that
I
was
cannot. Oh man,
glorious.
yeah.
Like I just really.
What
can't-
were they thinking?
The funny thing about it is how like it was out in theaters for like a week or something or 2 weeks, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's a little
There's a
little
quarantine
update."
coming.
You know, no, it was before that. But
Almost a year later. There's a quarantine coming. I swear. That's why it didn't
they
do very
literally
well.
after release a second copy out to all these things like, hey, if you could show this one instead with all these upgrades, you know, this is so funny that it was still terrible apparently, but like
Cedra Elba.
there was literally scenes in there where like they just forgot to animate the parts of the actors.
It
Like you
was
can see her
amazing.
hand and like the ring and stuff like that. Like it's like they just didn't animate it. Like okay,
They said you see
it's just-
cat's
it's-
butt or something.
Yeah,
or
no,
whatever.
dude, it was honestly it's one of the strangest things I've ever sat through,
Guys,
and like it's
You
up
sat
there.
through it.
I sat through the
You
whole
sat
thing.
through
Oh
it.
no, I enjoyed it. It was a pleasure.
it's one of those things when it goes past. It goes past
it's
bad,
it's
so
so
it's amazing.
bad that it goes all the way around to being a perfect 10. It is like The Room.
It's very very rare that it happens, but when it does,
And you know
it's
what?
magical.
And it's all due to Taylor Swift's amazing performance.